write it down because I might forget. Board is muted. Board was muted. Thank you.
Oh, wait, can I sit?
Yeah,
Thank you.
all good. Breathe. Hey, Bob. That'll work. Nope. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Shabbat shalom. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Ay, 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 ay. Hey. Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome to each of you this Shabbat evening. Whether you shared Shabbat together just last week, whether this is your first time in our sanctuary, your first time in a long time, I'm so glad that we have the chance to welcome Shabbat together this evening.
Technical difficulty. Sorry.
Okay. All right, well, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is such a treat to have the chance to welcome Shabbat together. And I'll say what I said before, which is whether this is your first time in our sanctuary, your first time in a long time, whether we shared Shabbat together just last week, I'm so glad that we have this chance to take a breath, to be present, to breathe out whatever stress or worry this last week held, and to breathe in expansiveness and relaxation and joy together on this Shabbat. Speaking of breathing, you may notice that the three of us are masked this evening. You may have seen the email that our team had a bit of a COVID exposure this week, so we are all feeling very well. We tested right before the service, so we are good, but we are being cautious for the sake of Pikuach Nefesh all together, and so we're going to rely even more on you to raise your voices with us this evening in prayer. And again, what a treat to share this time together to relax into Shabbat. So we will continue welcoming in Shabbat with the light of our Shabbat candles. And it's my pleasure to invite Chi forward and Megan Kramer forward to kindle our Shabbat candles. And we also have tea lights. So we invite any one of you who wishes, come on up, kindle Shabbat candles with us together. Don't be shy.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
On page one of our prayer books, Yedid Nefesh, friend of my soul, Av Harachaman, compassionate parent, we draw God close as we begin Shabbat together.
Yedid Nefesh Av Harachaman, Yedid Nefesh Av Harachaman, Meshalcha V'cha, El Retzonecha, Meshalcha
with Lechu Neranena, Psalm 95.
Lechu neranena l'Adonai, Nariya letzor yishenu, nekadma fanav betoda, bizmirot nariya lo. Ki al gadol ana melech haolam shehu lo yam v'yvasach ki hu Eloheinu v'nachmar yitzvah v'tzon yado. Follow, top of the next page. Arbaim shana akut bedor, v'haomar am toele v'havhem, v'hem lo yadehu derachai, asher nishbati ve'api, yim yevon el menuchati. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai, baruch shemo, basru miyom leyom yeshuato. Sapru v'goyim kevodo, bechol ha'amim nifleotav. Ki gadol Adonai, umhulal me'od, norahu, al kol Elohim, ay, 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 kichol Elohei ha'amim elilim, v'Adonai shamayim asa, hod v'hadar lefanav, oz v'tiferet b'mikdasho, avul Adonai mishpechot ha'amim, avul Adonai kavod va'oz, avul Adonai kevod shemo, se'u mincha uvo lechatzrotav, ay, 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 avul Adonai behadrat kodesh, chilu mipanav kol haaretz, dimru v'goyim Adonai malach, hafti kotev el Baal timot, yadinamim b'misharim, yisbechu hashamayim v'tagel haaretz, yiram hayam u'meloho, yado sadai, v'chol asher bo, ay, 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 az yiranenu kol hatzeyar, v'nei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz, yishpot tevel b'tzedek, ve'amim be'emunato. Ay, 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 ay. Hey, ay, ay, ay,
By Naomi Levy, a prayer for the day of rest. I long to change the world, but I rarely appreciate things as they are. I know how to give, but I don't always know how to receive. I know how to keep busy, but I don't know how to be still. I talk, but I don't often listen. I look, but I don't often see. I yearn to succeed, but I often forget what is truly important. Teach me, God, to slow down. May my resting revive me. May it lead me to wisdom, to holiness, to peace, and to you. On page 8. Page 8, we continue. Psalm 90. On page 8. 99. With Romamu.
Fourth line
There
down
we are,
from the
fourth
top.
line down. Gotta rely on the clergy part.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachanu lehar kodsho.
Beginning on page 10, we will continue with Lecha Dodi, welcoming in Shabbat with joy and with gladness. On that final verse, verse 9, we will rise together and face the entrance, symbolically welcoming the presence of Shabbat.
Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi. Ya la 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 Likrat Kala. Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat nekah. Ya la 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 Lecha Dodi. Ya la 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 Likrat Kala. Ya la 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 Pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat nekah. Shamor v'zachor v'diborecha עטרת פלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה,
On page 15, we'll remain standing as we are able for the Chatzi Kaddish and then the Baruch Hu on page 16.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון ויומכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו, יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם ולעולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה. בריחו להילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו. ברכו את אדוני המבורך. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Vaed. Page 16, continue on your own. Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai Hinu melech haolam asher bidbar u'maret v'chokma p'toyach ha'mid borei u'balayla golel or mipnei choshev t'choshev mipnei
Umavir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila Adonai tzvahot shemo. El chai v'kayam, Talmid yimloch aleinu leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai, Mariv Aravi.
Amen.
Page 17. Ahavat olam, Beit Yisrael. Otanu limadeta, Alkein Adonai Eloheinu b'shokbenu, Kumenu nasiach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, U'b'mitzvotecha le'olam va'ed, Ki heim chayenu, Orech yameinu, uvahem nege yomam v'layla, nege yomam v'layla, be'ahavatcha al Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivon.
Please have a seat. We'll continue on page 18.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. והיה לכם למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים.
Turning now to page 21, Mi Chamocha, we think about the origin of these words when our ancestors were fleeing from slavery to freedom in the wilderness, and this was the song they sang when they passed through the Red Sea and knew that they had really reached a safe place. So as we sing together on page 21, let's think about our own lives. Is there something that we have been trying to escape from, that we feel like we're making some progress, we're making it to the other side, we're about to experience that sense of freedom from worry, from concern, from fear, from anxiety, from whatever it is that has been chasing us. Let's leave it go on the other side of the sea as we pass through to freedom.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו Baruch Ata Adonai,
Shema.
Gal Yisrael.
Continuing with Hashkivenu, the prayer for peace, once we let go of that anxiety, that fear, that worry, that concern, may we be blessed to experience a feeling of peace.
Hashivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom, Leshalom. Ve'ha'amidenu Malkeinu Lechayim. Ufros aleinu Sukat Shlomecha, Ufros aleinu Sukat Shlomecha. Amen. Bottom of 22. Shelter us beneath thy wings, O Adonai. Guard us from all harmful things, O Adonai. Keep us safe throughout the night, till we wake with morning's light. Teach us, God, wrong from right. Amen. 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 Amen.
We'll rise once again for Vishamru on page 23 and then remain standing for a few moments of personal prayer.
Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, Lasot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ. וביום השביעי שבת וינפש. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Page 31. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki atahu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. V'tov beinecha levarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav, Al Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Baruch atah Adonai, Amavarech et Amo Yisrael b'shalom.
At this time in our service, we call into our hearts all those who are in need of healing. Healing of mind, of body, of spirit. We each have people in our lives within our circles of connection who are in need of healing. And there may be some among us this evening, here or online, who are in need of that same healing. If you would like to share the name of someone for whom you are praying, if you are online, please share those names in the comments and the chats so we can hold them close in our hearts with our own. Here in the room, I invite you to share those names of those for whom you are praying for healing as I look around the room. The Mishaberach can be found on page 34. Page 34.
Mishaberach Avoteinu Mikor HaBracha Le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the
Good Shabbos once again.
Shabbat shalom.
This week's Torah portion begins with the words, "and he saw." In Hebrew, it's one word, "and he saw." It's the famous story of Balak, and what he sees is the strength of the Israelites, and out of a sense of fear, he hires Bilam to curse them. The king of Moab is afraid of the strength and power of the Israelites, afraid of their number, and afraid of their military might. You may recall the talking donkey who sees what is going on here better than the humans as the tale unfolds. Balak, the king, decides to hire Bilam, who is known for the effectiveness of his blessings and curses. Bilam resists the call at first, but he eventually accepts the invitation. He saddles up his donkey and he heads off. It is the donkey who sees an angel blocking the path, a messenger sent by God to deter Bilam from his doomed mission. Bilam is beating the donkey, urging it to move forward, and the donkey turns its head to rebuke him. "Why are you hitting me? What did I do? You've been riding on me all day, and I haven't disappointed you." And it is only then that God uncovers Bilam's eyes and he's able to see the full picture of what is transpiring. The angel then gives Bilam permission to continue on this ill-fated journey, cautioning that he is only to say the words that God instructs him to say. And the first chapter of the Parsha concludes with Bilam seeing a portion of the Israelite people. He gets a glimpse of this people that he is supposed to curse. Bilam is unsuccessful in cursing the people whom God has blessed, and Balak, his boss, his employer, is incensed. He brings just like that. He was so upset. He brings his prophet to another location from where he will again see a portion of the people and ideally be able to appropriately curse them. And again, the plan is not successful, so the pair travel to yet another location. Now, Bilam turns his face to look in a different direction, and what comes out of his mouth are words of blessing. He describes himself as a man whose eyes have been opened, and he utters the words that we know from the first prayer in our morning service, "Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov," how good are your tents, O Jacob. The plan of cursing the Israelites is clearly a failure. They depart and they head their separate ways. The first two times that Bilam tries to curse the people, he views them from a perspective that only allows him to see part of the community. How easy it is to curse people when we don't see the full picture. We form judgments and we assign blame, oblivious to all of the factors at hand. Bilam shifts his perspective from a partial view to seeing the entire encampment of the people of Israel. And the Torah notes that he saw that it was good in God's eyes to bless Israel, and he responded accordingly. Do you remember the story of the person who is rowing on a lake, enjoying a glorious afternoon, and then they notice a boat heading towards them, and their enjoyment of the day, of that moment, dissipates as they are overcome with anger at the insensitive person who is about to crash into their boat. And recall how their anger dissipates when they discover that the boat was empty. It was just adrift and coming towards them. It's so easy to be angry when we don't have the full picture. It's easy to curse others when we don't see their actions in context. That is why our tradition stresses the critical nature of giving others the benefit of the doubt. We are advised to bend over backwards to find some positive explanation for another person's behavior, rather than rushing to judge what may turn out to be an empty boat. When we truly understand where someone is coming from, when we see the totality, not just a part of the situation, we are much less inclined to curse and much more likely to dan l'chaf zechut, to give the benefit of the doubt, to judge in the scale of merit. Parshat Balak, I think, invites us to reflect on how we see others. Do we focus only on the negative, on what we fear the most? Is it possible to change our perspective, to dig deeply for understanding and compassion, to imagine that there are factors at play of which we are completely unaware, to see each and every person as a holy image of God? And by the way, this is good advice for how we look at ourselves as well. We all have flaws. We all make mistakes. We are inching closer to the high holiday season with its myriad of opportunities for forgiveness. Let's learn from Bilam to change our point of view, to look at the totality, and to respond with blessing to those who challenge us. With that, it is my honor and pleasure to invite Megan Kramer to please come forward. Megan is here representing our board of directors, and she has a few announcements and words of welcome to share.
Thank you. Thanks, Rabbi. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
First, religious school education is open, so email Amanda Campbell to sign up. And then each of our clergy has something exciting coming up. Cantor Woolman is looking for new folks to join the temple choir. So if you are a great singer, or even if you're not, contact Cantor Woolman to sign up for the temple choir.
Don't make eye contact with me. I'll find you. Michael Starrett, I hear you're quite the baritone.
Rabbi Siegel is going to be presenting on abortion in Jewish law on Tuesday, July 26th at 7 p.m. You can see your eHide register, or Zach Dunn, who is flying this spaceship from the mission control in the back, can get you more information. Rabbi Capel will be teaching a couple of courses soon, and you can email Joan Neer to sign up, both Musar and Pirkei Avot. And for those of you who are new, welcome. It's nice to see you. We hope to see you again soon. And there's always a board member at services, so if you all have any questions, comments, complaints, send them our way. So thank you, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Our service continues now together with Aleinu on page 38. Page 38, and we rise together.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, latet gedula liotzer breshit, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שם באים ויסר עצמו שבי כבראש. ככתוב בתורת אבינו. כי נקבל לך לתקן עולם במלכות שדי, ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. Our thoughts turn now to all those we have loved and lost. Friends, family members of our congregational community for whom we are in a period of mourning or observing a yahrzeit. If you've joined us streaming online and you're remembering someone whose name you would like to share, please do share those names in the chat or in the comments. Those present remembering someone in a period of mourning, observing a yahrzeit, or simply remembering someone at this time, I invite you to rise as you are able to share those names of those you're remembering with us. Together now we will rise in support of those who are remembering loved ones, as well as all those we remember whose names are on the Kaddish list. The Kaddish prayer can be found on page 40, Zichronam Livracha. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'alma divrach lirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayachon v'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala uv'izman kari v'imru. Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'alam lo me almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudusha richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
Amen.
May be seated as we continue now together from the sanctity of memory to the holiness of this day. Danny Weiss will be leading us in our Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon yichilanu zikaron l'masei b'reishit
Ki hu yom techila lemikroei kodesh
zecher etziat
Mitzrayim.
Kivanu v'achar Be'ahava uvratzon inchatanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh hashabbat lechaim.
L'chaim.
Yasher koach.
As we will conclude with a bit of singing, I don't know if any of our young people, we have Hershey Kisses, if you join us to sing a little bit. Under B'nai Mitzvah age or a self-defining category of young people.
I think they're all playing in the social hall.
That's good too.
That's good too. Shabbat shalom, friends. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Aviv, there is chocolate.
We have Hershey Kisses.
All for him. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Good Shabbat.
Good Shabbat.
Aviv, how many of those did you take? How many of those did you take? Just one? I would have taken more. Shabbat shalom.